All hands on deck from both the national government, its vast resources, assets, and manpower, and local government in preparation for a worst-case scenario should killer Typhoon Betty make landfall over the next 48 hours. PTV senior correspondent Alan Francisco tells us more.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. said the government is focusing on the expected entry of Super Typhoon Mawar into the country. He immediately met Department of National Defense Officer in Charge, Senior Undersecretary Carlito Galvez. President Marcos assured that the fund and food packs are prepositioned. Today, in a media interview, President Marcos reaffirmed that the government is there and ready to assist mitigate the expected effects of the super typhoon.
The national government is here to assist. We are in constant contact with the local governments para makita natin what is the situation in their place. Pagka nakadaan na yung bagyo, pagka natapos na yung mga ulan, mabawasan na yung ulan.
The president also has given an early warning to local governments that might be hit by the storm to be prepared for possible heavy rainfall and flooding.
We have been preparing for most of this week already. Nakapag-forward positioning kami ng mga relief goods dun sa areas na nakikita namin na aabutan ng bagyo, which is mostly northern Luzon. However, there is a difference dito sa bagyong ito dahil although dadaan lang north of the Philippines, apparently hihilain niya yung habagat and there is a chance na magkakaroon ng malakas na ulan pati hanggang hindi lang Southern Luzon, Visayas, pati baka Mindanao pati. Kaya we have already warned the LGUs to prepare in case of heavy rains and flooding.
They are expecting northern Luzon to be adversely affected by the super typhoon. Hence, the relief goods are already positioned for it.
We are in constant contact with them also to find out kung ano yung kailangan nila, ano yung nangyari doon sa lugar nila, and then with that way we will be able to respond properly. So it's a little different from the usual situation. Kung saan lang dumadaan yung bagyo, yun lang ang inaalala natin. Pero iba itong nangyari dito kasi malakas yung typhoon so humihila siya ng mga weather pattern pumapasok dito sa Pilipinas. So that's what we're looking out for.
All search, rescue, and retrieval units of the Armed Forces of the Philippines have also been placed on alert for possible humanitarian assistance and disaster response operations in areas that may be affected by the bad weather. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council also held an emergency full council meeting at Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo in Quezon City. Here, Senior Undersecretary Galvez reminded the other government officials on the instructions of President Marcos to ensure the preparation for the safety of the communities. The DILG has also instructed the LGUs to prepare their communities where flooding and landslide are frequently happening. The Presidential Communications Office on their Facebook page has reminders on what to do before and during a storm. The NDRRMC calls on the public to also prepare by monitoring weather advisories and listening to warnings and advice from their local governments, particularly on the matter of preemptive evacuation. Some of the participants in the meeting were the DSWD, Office of Civil Defense, and others. Alan Francisco for The Nation.